Hello, my name's Liz Blake, and this is day 13 of 30 Days Live, and I've had a little 2-day break. Um, but what we're doing at this moment is just a few minutes every night, and it might be about 5 minutes tonight. Um, it's bringing some very real things that entrepreneurs work with and deal with, and opportunities in entrepreneurship that not everyone is aware of straight up front. Okay, so tonight, just a few comments on being a conscious entrepreneur. Now, what I'm going to talk about in a very brief few minutes is some work I do with corporate clients, actually, and at a far greater extent. But I'm going to bring this into context here that you may be a corporate person or have been in corporate, but you've got a business or you're planning a business, and you've got that background at least. But like being conscious as an entrepreneur, that's just looking at that. Now, it might sound funny, but having fun at work is one of those really big things. Fun at work, that's a very big reason. Now, that might sound a little trite, but there's actually two kinds of fun, and I'm going to briefly go through this. There's fun one and fun two, we call it. Fun one is what we usually know as having fun. It could be if you're at work, you might be going down and having drinks on a Friday night, or have birthday cakes on someone's birthday, or just hanging around together at the joking and that sort of thing. That's fun. That we call that fun one. And then there is fun two, which is where you get immersed in your work, and it's kind of like you might have a frown on your face, but you're just really right into it, and there's a great deal in that. Now, in your own business, in entrepreneurship, the scope of that and the opportunity for all that is far greater and in your control. That's the beauty. It's not under someone else's control, and that you've got to, hope that they do a good job and give you what you need. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Fun 2, and I'm going to just very, very quickly. Fun 2 has 6 elements that make that up, and this is really, really cool. So the first thing is the degree of challenge that you get. Now, this could be in a corporate role, but I'm applying this into your business as an entrepreneur. The degree of challenge you get, how much of your abilities and resources are being used in a demanding and stimulating endeavor or undertaking. So that's number one, the degree of challenge. And think about that, compare of in my job that I had or have, and compare it to in a business, the degree of challenge. And then there's number two is the elbow room, the degree of autonomy that you like, that you need, the degree of autonomy. For instance, I have a very high need and high demand for autonomy. And that's not the same thing as working alone all the time or working without a team. Autonomy is, it's where the ability to be proactive, initiative, run your own ship, really. And then there's the opportunity for learning, the opportunities for learning that are available in your workspace. So once again, that autonomy, and then number three, the opportunity for learning in your job. Think about that in entrepreneurship, the scope that is there. And in fact, there's so many types of things that you can do and learn as an entrepreneur. It's quite phenomenal. And then there's mutual support and respect. We talk about this in a workplace, how supported and respectful supportive and respectful work environment is. But in your own business, that carries over very much too. There's that, there's your immediate surroundings. There's clients, and then as you build a business with other people in there, you build a culture of support and respect. But so that's the fourth element. And then there's meaningfulness of your work, the importance of your work in the organisation. Now, of course, in your own business, your work is very important, okay? And you may want to build it into a larger business, which is far more, not a solopreneur, but where you're building a system. But there is still, you have your part in the work, how meaningful your work is to that organisation that you're building. And then there is the sixth element is the availability of a desirable future. Now that's an interesting one because in a job, of course, that can look really great and it can change overnight. It can be anywhere along a whole spectrum, the availability of a desirable future, and it can be very frustrating as well because some people uh, who have really proven themselves, who've been great team players, excellent, great expertise, but they just don't have opportunity. The budget's gone. Now there's a lot of this going on. So the available for a desirable future. Of course, as an entrepreneur, we create the opportunity. We create the desirable future, and the whole the whole point of having your own business is, of course, creating a desirable future, serving others so that you can create that great future. And now, the thing about these six elements is that everyone has their own amount they want or need in each of the six elements. They have greater or lesser needs and demands. And if you're getting what you want and need, then you have fun at work. But if you're not, and I won't go into it any further because this is a simple thing, but it's actually it's profound. But when those, and it's very insightful, leads to awesome conversations. But in your own business, you are in charge of all of that there. And when you have those six at the level that you want, as I said, you can control that in your own business. The quality of your product, which is maybe your services or whatever, the quality of what you produce is always lifts because there's that happiness there, that's that fun. So it's not having balloons around the office or anything like that, but it's that immersion, and that incredible energy, the inspiration, motivation that you get, that kind of having fun. So as an entrepreneur, you get control of all of the factors. And this is I wanted to bring this to you as a consciousness of in entrepreneurship, what there is there. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.